And welcome everybody. Yes, it is the air conditioning that sounds like rain where I am. And although we have over a foot of snow on the ground, so it's definitely not rain where I am on Earth, I don't think it's raining here either. It is morning, is it? It looks like morning in Arnaaluk, and it is morning. I can tell by the activity. There's more activity in the morning, and I am correct, and I welcome all of you. Yes, no, I'm not playing Hightail. Hightail's in its discovery stage. It's at the place that Minecraft was when Minecraft first started. There's portions of it. All you can do is fight creatures, and there's a little bit more than there is in Minecraft, because of course it's learned from Minecraft and all the other games like Minecraft. It's learned, and learning is good. But yeah, nah, it ain't happening. So if you're looking for Hightail, it's not here, and it won't be.
Hi.
Hi, Micah. How are you? What do you need, Micah? Micah's our dye specialist, and I thought he was going to ask me a question. However, I'm going to ask if he will help make beds. I'm going to get some more beds for, and I need probably, I think the most that they'll make, let's see if I do it like this, how many beds will they make? Request beds. And it looks like they're making 1. Yeah. 2. Let's request 8 more. 8 beds. So we're trying to get 50 beds for, and that'll give us probably about,
Another day of work finished.
yeah, that'll give us what we need. I think we're getting closer to the amount that we need to. Mr. Villager, it's your bed. No Hightail for any of us yet. Yeah, nah, I don't want to do that whole thing, Mr. Villager. How are you? How are you this morning? I just don't feel like going through it. This, by the way, is your oak for burning. This is your oak for burning. Your oak for, let's put this here and let's look and see. Your oak for, let's get that one and that one. Is this for you? No, this isn't. This stays here. This oak here. This is your oak. And then your stone. So let's put the oak in here. We even gave you 64 of a specialty oak. So there's one set of your oak. And we're working towards the 32 oak planks. So we've only got 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 so far. So we need 22, 32, we need 10 more. So that's what we're working on now. And as far as your stone is concerned, your stone, let's see, I think these carrots are yours. I think we can put the stone in, there's your beds. So far we have 26 beds so far, and we need 50 beds. So we're working on the beds, and here, let's put the stone in here. I think we have all of your stone, and your stone is ready to go. I think we have the full set of stone brick to give you. And here's the first part of it right here. And then, yeah, we definitely have it. So for the stone, you wanted 32 stone brick, and we have 32 stone brick to give you. Here's the last amount, which makes a full 32. Because this is 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I think we're giving you a little bit more. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And there it is. Okay, so there's that. But not even creative. Oh, no. Mm-mm. No, absolutely not. No, I'm when we Dungeon and Dragon it, I'm taking it from their stuff. I'm taking it from this city, and I have to, because it gives me the opportunity to get rid of things. By the way, I found you 22 bottles, and speaking of those bottles, let me put them back here. One of the bakers had exactly 22 bottles in a stack, and we got them for you, so you don't have to worry about emptying them. And we're going to put them in with the carrots, these 22 bottles right here. And CO2. Yeah, let's see here. And so we haven't started working on the spruce yet. And we just assigned the workers in this area to work on the beds and the panes, so we still have the panes to do as well. And I prefer getting the things from them. So let me look at pane for a minute. Let's see if I have any. I think I looked in the other yeah, I don't have any. I'm going to, yeah, this is all panels, and I don't have any pane. The logs for burning, yes, because we don't have enough coal to give you. We don't have any, the kind of amount of coal that you need. So we can't give you coal. I have enough mushrooms here, and I have enough seeds. I'm looking at seeds for feeding animals too, so we do have to hold on to some. It seems like we have plenty. And I'm looking, yeah, see how there really isn't any coal? We've got a fair amount of beets, and we have like 17,000 beets. So I can begin to move some of these over, the beets over to Pitti Hamaalakut. I think we're going to move another 3 set of beets over to them. Because this warehouse keeps filling up. Now we nerfed the farms, meaning that the farmers are waiting for their fields to grow in. So we don't have, most of the farmers are at the stage that they get to where they would be managing the harvest, in other words, making sure things get to market, along with the couriers, but keeping track of that and doing those kinds of things, because where are we taking these puffers? I'm going to have to get some place to put the puffers. And see these oars? These oars came from Pitti Hamaalakut. So we'll take these oars away. Oh, this is yours. That's yours. So let's go back to, and the string is for Pitti. So let's go back here for a minute, because this wood goes into your wood chest. And we're giving you some framed birch, but it's framed with oak, and some birch framed with oak, birch framing oak planks. So we're giving you a couple of those so you can have some fun with that. Down here, we have puffer fish, and they're going into a different container. These go to market to get a fat pig. Home again, jiggity jig. They're going to be sold puffer fish are used to make respiration for skin divers, for divers, and for people who are going underwater. And so we'll put those there. We shouldn't put these here, but Danielle is in this area, and she can take care of these minerals right away, so they're not going to pile up here for a long period of time. And then they're going to start working on these beds, and we'll have a bunch of beds that can be done, and that'll be good. Okay, what else? I think that is it right now. I think we're gonna head back. You don't need any seeds. Do you need feathers? You probably don't need copper. Copper's easy. Do you need seeds? Nah, you don't need any. Do you need feathers? Do you need feathers? We got a ton. I'm gonna leave these. See how little coal there is? That's all of it. Pretty much right there. We do have berries, which is good. Do you need some nautilus shells? Let's see. No, yeah, see? See, there's all sorts of things that can't be used. So we cleared out some of the beets, and we'll take them to the other, and we can clear some things out and take them to the other warehouse even. You have too many, what? Writer's Army, yes I do. I have a ton of feathers now. But we do have competitions. We do have competitions. What's going on here? What's wrong here? Isn't that odd? That's very strange. Oh, I see it. It is on the others as well. Okay. So, these racks over here have more. There's nothing in here. Ah, look what I found. Okay. So these are going out. These boots are almost ready. They need to go to another shop where there are boots. So why so many shells? I guess the fishermen, the fishers, because not all the fishers are men, the fishers are finding them. Can these also be composted? Or is your mind tricking you? Can shells be composted? I think almost everything can be composted. I just don't, because we have cities that need stuff, like yours. All the city-states that need things. So that's why we don't compost a lot of stuff. That's why we're no longer composting the pufferfish. We used to in the beginning, but we don't anymore because puffers are used for respiration, for the respiration spells. And so since they are, it would be better to go ahead and sell them to other city-states. I'm taking these boots. This is the main corridor, and at the end of the main corridor is the other warehouse. So we're walking all the way down through here to get to the other warehouse. I'm going to put these boots in the main warehouse, the first warehouse. We were at the second warehouse, and he's still here. This is what he wants to do. He's decided that he is a security person, and if the feathers can, but it's insane to just try an issue to try just for testing. Oh no, I'll show you in a minute. We don't even have to test, and I'll show you for a second. Let's come here and look at boots. And we do. We have a bunch of boots here that actually can be combined with the boots that I have in my hand. So we'll take these and put them in. And let's take Mr. Villager, who's the closest composter in this area. I'm not in the farm district. The composters are with the farms. I think that what is his name? It is AZ. He has an AZ name. We're going to go back to our second composter, who is right here. As long as you be cautious for all of them not being processed into... Yeah, no, I don't like it. I want to sell them. And even though I'm not selling them to you, in the same Dungeon and Dragoning situation, we are actually selling them to other city-states that as a part of the story. Feathers. Everything can be composted. Every single thing can be composted. And so for people who want to, that's what they do. They just compost everything. But then you have a warehouse full of compost. Then what do you do? So it's, who's this? Is this Azaria?
Yes?
No, it's Azrael. Azrael, I'm so sorry. And Azrael is harvesting compost right now. So we have plenty. And for the first time in ages, this house is growing sugar. This house hasn't been able to grow sugar in forever. And now it is growing sugar. And let's see down here if this house can grow sugar again. Let's see here. And this house is growing sugar. So the sugar had stopped being completely. This is supposed to be cactus here, and we don't need any. And this is bamboo, and we don't need any of that. What we need is sugar. And so we have 2 sugar farms and a bamboo farm. And when the time comes that we need bamboo, we'll harvest it, but we don't need any right now. Can shells? Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be finding out if shells can be composted. Yes, let's show him that shells, Nautilus, N-A-U. Is it Nautilus? No, they can't. N-A-U-T? I think that's how you spell it. Hold on. Let's come here. Let's get off of this and let's come to here and look for Nautilus. N-A-U. They can't be. They can't be. That is interesting. That's interesting. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Nautilus shells are not on the list. N-A-U. See? So they're not on the list. I thought every single thing could be harvested, but Nautilus is not on the list. And yeah, that's really curious that it's not. So that means there are some things you can't harvest armor. So it looks like you can only do living things. This is wool and stuff, but I wouldn't do any of that. I just wouldn't. It kind of makes sense. It's not necessarily organic directly. They were more kind of like bone, yeah. And I don't think you can compost bone. Let me see. Oh, yeah, no, you can't. You can compost the broth, bone broth, but you can't compost. You can't compost. Well, I can see composting wool. That would be like composting newspaper or composting. It's composting clothing. And you can. can do that. And so, yeah. So we got some redstone that we need for studies in Pitti Hamaalakut. So we got some more redstone. We're taking some eggs back just to get them out of the warehouse, and we're taking beets. And I'm going to just check and see how much beets we have there, because I think we have a ton at Pitti. We probably won't bring any more. We could put them in the third warehouse and have them be there. Look, this guy's working. Hello, you. Oh, no, he's not. He's just looking. He's a cartographer, isn't he? Yeah, so he's not working at that mill. But we do have a cartographer still who's here. We have that guy who just thinks he's a guard at the other end. And do we have anyone sleeping in here? Anyone? I don't hear anyone back here. We might not have that many left. Uh-oh. Do we have people upstairs here who came to see you? No good. We only have your kitty. So there were 2 cats, so the second cat must have belonged to one of the families, one of the villagers that left. And they were just having the cat stay with your cat. And let's see who's over here. I hear someone still. Not here. And over here. We did have, oh, that means they're upstairs somewhere. Yeah, they're upstairs here. Maybe. Because they like to go upstairs. Sure enough. And there they are. So there are 2 of them up here. And they've been up here long enough that they haven't actually, they don't have a job yet. And the only way that I can get them down is to cut a hole in the wall, in this floor, and get them to, and get them in a boat. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. So let's take this. Let's put this boat down and get both of them in it. And there we go. And then the way this works is, let me get a lead. Here's a lead here. And let's damage the floor. And I think I'll damage the floor from here. Uh-oh, that's water, so we're too close. So we can't do that. Too close to the outside. So we have to do it exactly underneath. And that's water, right? Yep. So we can't do it there. So we have to do this way. Oh! Grrr. Okay, come down. I'll put you in the boat. I'll do it this way. Either go back up or come down, one or the other. So if they fall from here, it's too far. So they're not going to fall. But if I put a boat here for a second, right where they are, then I think I can get them to both go in the boat right here. Yeah. These are the kind of problems I prefer to have. I'm not interested in fighting. I'm not interested, that's why I'm not interested in hightail. I'm not interested in fighting. I'm not interested in any of that kind of stuff. So let's put another one of these here for a second so I can put a boat here. Can't put a boat there either? Let's put a boat here. Alright, boat's that big, wow. And let's see if I can push them in. I might be able to push them in. There we go. All right. And so right from here, I'm just going to take this part and this part. And there it comes. And if they're in a boat and they come down, they don't get hurt. And then let's take the boat and bring it through here. And I hope I can bring it through. I can't, but I'm going to have to. Oh, no. Blasted. I made a boo-boo. No! Now he's going to try and hit me. No! I know you're laughing. Good gracious sakes alive, you guys. I just hit that and made the stairs go away. So I have to put them back. Get out! I wish there was some way I could keep them out. There really isn't. I thought that the doors would keep them out, but it doesn't. It doesn't keep them out. So let's come back here and let's fix this. So we need this right here like this, and then the rest is white. Right here, white. So we'll put this white back, and then we'll go upstairs and fix this. So let's get the stair that I just picked up, which is 7. And let's come to here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go upstairs. Oh, I just put another one down upstairs. Close the door. Come up here. And there we have it. So there's one extra. And now let's take this and fill it in. And fill this in with white. And then fill the rest of this in with gray. And a piece of carpet right here. And then gray underneath. And hopefully, let's come down here and let's get them some jobs. The problem is they don't have a job, and that's why they start wandering upstairs and doing stuff like that. What time of day is it? It's nighttime. So they've gone in here and gone to bed. And in the morning we'll check and see. I don't have anyone here, but I do have one here, and I don't have anyone there. Let's go get the guy who thinks he's a security guard, and let's bring him back. The door carpets might work. Door carpets? They don't. They don't, actually. I thought they would, but they actually don't. So let's take that down. And let's put this here. Push it forward so he'll get in. No, he's not going to get in. Okay, let's get that. And let's come to here. And let's quickly put this in front of him. There we go. And let's put this on. No, we can't go this way. So we have to go this way. Come on, you. Come on. Can I get it to come around the corner, or it's going to get stuck? Let's get it to come directly in front, and then have it come this way. And let's come across. And here we are. And I think I can bring it sideways enough to get it past this. Yeah, there we are. And we're back to here. And I'm bringing him all the way up to this one here. Oh, he got stuck. I have to put this on again. Let's come around that. this one to try and keep him from getting stuck again. Now, how can I do this without hitting him? There we go. Okay. So now, see, I knew he was going to do that, so I just want to see how far we can get him to walk. Go in, go in, go in, go in. Let's see, he wants to find his own place. Good. I'm fine with you finding your own place. So he's sleeping in the far bed. All right. Crisis averted. Let's put all of this away. Back into the library. And door carpets don't work. At least I don't think so, but they might work. I think you might be right. Let's put a carpet there and see if that keeps them out. Because they haven't been coming in here. And I think you might actually be right that that carpet might keep them from going in there. All right, let's look at... is personally funny. Yeah, I can see that. Let's look at the map for a minute and let's see if we can find them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another one somewhere that shouldn't be. Right over here. Or these two shouldn't be here. I think there's another one down the hall. Possibly 2 down this hall here. So let's go down here for a second. Wait, what's wrong with you? Is that Jorny? Jorny wants some kind of food that isn't being served. And what I think I'm going to do is move her. I think that's the only way that I can get her satisfied. Do I hear anybody in this hallway? No. Is there someone here? There used to be someone here. And they're not here. Let's look on the map for just a second and see where I am and see where I saw them. See, there's someone right here. But that should be the work. That should be in the workplace. And everybody else is in the other. I'm not going to worry about it anymore right now. But you're right. Probably the doormats would do it. There would just be no way of telling the places. I'd have to go in and check every place. She is. Well, Leighton used to be the one who was picky like that. Leighton used to be super picky about, let me get this, about food. And now Jorny has kind of taken his place. He's finally found, Nina's finally found something that he really likes to eat. But now Jorny is asking for something special. Let's replace that. And we're going here. So this is what we decided on, Mr. Villager, yesterday. And you might have, nobody watched yesterday. I did stream on Twitch. And I missed you. I was a little worried. And I hope you're okay. I haven't really asked you if everything's okay with you because I really did. I streamed a full 3 hours. And I know that you can't be here all the time. But I am spoiled by the fact that you are here a lot. And some potato soup and she'll learn. Oh, she's not starving. She's just not happy. She's not starving. She just isn't happy with what she's being fed. That's what happens to them. They don't starve anymore if there's actual food available. They won't starve, but then they just get picky. But you relate. So we're coming down here, and I'll show you just for a second. And you were probably watching because I was in conflict with Minecolonies team stream on Twitch. They streamed at the same time, but I wasn't going to get another time to stream. And I wanted to play. And I just decided that for a change that I was just going to. So this is what we did yesterday. We decorated the hall like their new military camp, and then we put them in line. This is the hall here. Oh, and that's what I needed. Let me go. Yeah, I know I can make them, but I'm gonna go and find some. I have some in the other areas. I'm gonna go get the yellow lanterns. And the closest place where I can find them would be... it's morning. It's very early in the morning. The farmers are already up. The restaurant, the dining, what do they call it? Fine dining? The dining hall. The dining hall people are almost up. A lot of the dining halls open early, and I don't see any yellow. I'm gonna sneeze. I didn't sneeze in your nose, in your ear. That's, well, ew, in your nose, no. I didn't sneeze in your ear. This is a lime. There's a yellow. See up there? That's yellow. Dun, 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 dun. This is what we're looking for. So builders and warehouses are yellow. Couriers are all yellow. This is what underwater base had, these regions, and they gave colors to the different jobs. So like farms are green and lime, dark green, just regular green and lime green, and facilities, places where people live, and places like dining halls and stuff like that, they are all orange. And then, so we know that this is farms up here because it has that. But this is a facility. This is the Azalea Apartments. This is their mailboxes right here, and their reception area, the Azalea Apartments. And then the Sika Apartments here. This is their reception area. But there is the farm right here, and this is supposed to come to here. And so we're going through with the yellow. In case, are you still waiting for the food? What are you waiting for?
What can I do for you?
You're waiting for a rabbit stew. Let's cancel, and let's have him ask again for the stews. They know how to make them. So I'm just going to cancel and have him ask for them again. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. There we go. And dun, 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 dun. Yay. This is Danny here. And Danny apparently is finished. Yahoo! This is a level 3. So this is a level 3 of this building. And we're going to have him build all the way up to the level 5. So the builder is Danny. Upgrade the building. And he's going to start the level 4. Now we have a door here so we can go out and show you how this works. The reason this is here is we needed a way for the merchandise that comes from the surface to get distributed. And we're going to put a platform for a scrub right here. And scroll down a bit if you need. Let me see. Let's look. and tried to come, but you were busy. I know. Um, and well, then treat our city like their new military camp. Start treating them like we do with ourselves. Counted rations for amount to the period. It's not that big to get hit so easily. Okay. But yeah, scroll down if you need. Okay. And you're right. I'm going to try the carpet and see. So we're eventually going to have a scrub platform here. So a scrub can pull up to this location right here. And this is a builder. We're going to have this be a builder until he's done with building in this area. We actually need a second builder in this area. So even when he gets done with this, we're going to have him begin helping Case by working on this flower shop, which is only a level 1 right here, or level, it's actually a level 1. There shouldn't be anyone working here because this is a level 1, but there is. And then we will decorate in here. What's the matter, Alec? What you trying to do?
Need something?
You excited? Do you? Oh, you're excited to see me. Yay, I have a person who wants to come into the store. Okay. Hi, Alec. Yeah, I like your store. Alec is a Fletcher, and he is making collecting merchandise. He's a retail shop, so he's collecting merchandise for people who are coming down from the surface. So he does have fishing rods, and he does have crossbows and bows here, and you can see he repairs things, and he's got stuff in his shop that he uses, and he's quite happy here. Now the clothing store, and we decided a clothing store here, this can be clothing and jewelry, I think, but we haven't really done anything with it yet. This is one of the places that hasn't been worked on, but that's for me to work on. This clothing jewelry store is what that's going to be. And then this gift shop, flower shop. And we have, how many flower shops now does this make? We have the flower market in the visitors shopping center. We have the industrial flower shop. Flower market is three shops, two flower shops, or one flower shop and a planter. So there's only one flower shop there. There's a flower shop at the Trees Hotel. There's an industrial flower shop at the second Makers area. And this is the fourth flower shop. This is a gift shop for the Gatehouse area. And so that's how many flower shops we have. And this is the hall where merchandise people can come through this hall. This is how Danny is getting to this area. We'll have the scrub platform. And for those of you who are watching and have never seen one of our scrub platforms before, let's go. This is another thing we did yesterday. We made a canal here so that the scrub can come. See that doorway right there? So the scrub is going to come from there, come down, and they can go to the hotel. And I should be able to find the hotel here somewhere. But I don't see the hotel. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's the hotel station. This is a hotel station here. And come around the corner here, and we have another taxi. That's a taxi stand. We come around the corner here, but the scrubs use it to deliver to the hotels. There's a taxi sitting here, in this taxi stand right here. And we'll go in the other direction. So this is what these canals are for the boats in this area, the ships, the submarines in this area, to be able to use these. And there's our monument right there. Wow, look at that. That is a sunken witch's portal. It's a witch's ship portal from the time when the witches had huge cities and they had ships. And that's one of their portals. A scrub can come through here. This is big enough for a scrub. You can come through here and come up and go, I think they can go this way. Let's see if they can. They can come this way, come up here, and sure enough, here is the warehouse. So we've got the courier station and warehouses right here. So you can see this is a scrub, this submarine right here, and this is a scrub platform. So we're going to end up putting a scrub platform on the other side. This is a concrete submarine, concrete mixers, so that they can take concrete to various sites around this city. But these are scrub stations here, and this is the warehouse, having a scrub station at the top and another, I think they have a larger ship. They have two of the bigger ships here, one on the top floor, and you can see the crane to deliver to this ship. This crane comes down from here, so they load merchandise on and raise it up to that submarine there. And then the other submarine is down here, and they're loading merchandise onto the submarine from here. So we're going to have one of the little blue submarines, like a little FedEx truck submarine, that's going to be at the gatehouse area there. So how is the merchandise going to get from the dog sleds to the gatehouse? And you're here. See, maybe it is keeping them out. Look at that. It might be keeping him from going in there. Oh, I hope that's true. That was a good call. The door's open like he wants to go in, but he can't. We're not letting him. Okay, so let's come to the gatehouse again, and we'll show how we're going to do that delivery from the dog sleds to the underwater base. So we're headed back towards the gatehouse. And since you're here, I can work on the dog sled shop. The shop where the dog sleds are. There he is. He's gone. It's nighttime. It is 8 o'clock. It's almost 9 o'clock at night. So everyone's gone home and gone to bed. Except for the druids, of course. And let's come this way. So what we intend is, when this is done, we're going to change this into a little courier area. We're going to pull out a portion of this ceiling so that we can have a crane be able to drop things down from the surface to here. We also need elevators, so in one of these corners, the corners that don't have these storage, we will probably put in an elevator for the people to use. And this building on the surface here is where the dogs are going to come. The sleds are going to pull into this building. Now this hasn't been built yet. And I was trying to figure out, can I get them to build it for me? And I think I can, even though it's not connected yet to here. It can't be connected to here, even if this is a level 5, because the minute we start building this, they're going to take away the elevator connection that we would put in. So we have to wait until this is level 5. So how are we going to get him to build this? I think we can get him to build this by having him come from here, and which means that I need to brick in this area right here, because this is now going to be a location that they're going to use. So we're just going to go ahead and brick this in. So he can walk across here and work from here. So he's going to come from the gatehouse itself. And they don't really have to worry too much because, let's just go ahead and put these here. They don't have to worry too much because there are druids right here. These druids are watching over him. And let's take and put the big brick right here around this tree and in here. So that takes care of that. Now when we put down this building, we had to move 2 trees. These are going back in the library. We had to move 2 trees, 2 fir trees, and we replanted one of them to here. We replanted one right here, and then we replanted the other one right here because they were sitting right where this building is now. And you can see where that is right there? That's snow. There's no snow. There was a tree there, and there was another tree, I think, right here somewhere, but that's been filled in now. So that's how we're going to get him to build. We're going to have him come through the gatehouse, and that'll be interesting. What happened with the gatehouse pillars? What do you mean pillars? Hold on, let's look here. Do I have a way up? Yes, right here. What gatehouse pillars? Which ones are you talking about? What pillars? You mean these pillars? This is how it was built. This is the way John Ryer actually designed the gatehouse to look. Do I need this here? No, I don't. Let's put sand here instead. I do need those because they're above ground. Let's take these out. Sand in here. I have to see what he's talking about. Yeah, these. Oh, that's how he designed them. He designed them to look like that. That's actually the way he designed them to look. They're made out of different materials and have different designs on them. They actually do. Isn't that wild? This is Shire. This is a Shire Gatehouse Level 3. And yeah, I haven't changed a thing up here. This is exactly the way it was designed. Yeah. Now we have this here because I'm probably going to try and make it, let me come back here and get some of this. I'm going to make it so that if they want to, they can come out of the gate and come down to this area right here. So we're going to take this away and put in this and this area, and then right here, see where that is there? So we're going to bring this over. That's part of the area there. So I'm going to bring it over probably to here. And then the I don't know why I didn't get this while I was over here, but I didn't. Let's take this. And do I need this to be here? I don't. And yeah, I know I can't do anything about that, except maybe put a piece of snow right there. Okay, and then let's come back over here and take the snow away so that we can put this here. And then we can have a gate here. And here's a fence gate right here. And we're going to put a gate here. They probably won't come out. Well, that was silly of me to think that they wouldn't come out. Look at her. She's going to go to the end of the border. But look at that. She just came right out. And I'm fine with that. She can come out there. We'll take away this part right here and make it just a little bit easier. And there's the two of them. And there they are. Now they're not going to drown. These aren't deep enough. They can't go down below. And those little water areas are fine. I could be concerned about this, so I might close this up and not use this anymore, so that they don't slip and fall into it. And that should take care of most of the places. This isn't going to, this would have to be sand and dirt here, because it's not going to stay. The ground's not going to stay there. That's why there's no ice. The ice is melted away in this section. So we would have to sand in this entire area here if we were concerned about them. But I don't think I need to be. I think they're not going to come this far away. Let's look on the other side and make sure. See, she's standing right there. This is the side I need to look at for a second. And there isn't, and see over here, how far is she going to go? There isn't too much I can do about this. These are melted because of what's underneath. Let's see if I can put the ice back and it'll stay. There's some places it's too hot. These buildings are too warm underneath and they're melting the ice. And remember what happened here? We actually planted this, we actually planted a couple saplings in the, and we didn't put them in pots. We put them in the ground. Let's show how those trees got there. Let's go inside. We were making a decoration by having trees growing in this area, little saplings. And I forgot about the trees has made the trees dynamic, so they grow. If you plant trees, they will grow. Doesn't matter where. So we actually had trees planted here, and there aren't any anymore planted here, but we did have trees here and here, and they grew up out of the ground. You can see where there are still some skyrises left from the skyrises and a sakura right here that was planted right over here. And then you're aghast of it, not demanding, but you're terribly curious for seeing it in the schematic. Oh, I'll show you it in the schematic. I'll be glad to show it to you. Let's put these back in the library. Let's get a build tool, and let's go up and show Mr. Villager. He just wants to see it. I'm perfectly happy to let him. It's John, and he was probably experimenting, you know, with all sorts of things. So let's go to Shire Editions. No, it's not in Shire Editions. It's actually in Shire, because this is the gatehouse, which is a part of military. Yes, it is. So this is the gatehouse level 1, and this is the reason we chose it, because it has an underground area, including this other underground area. So it's underground, and then it has a top area. So we could use it to connect to the underwater area, which is what we did. This is the level 2, and we're looking at this house right up here. Level 1, this is level 2 right here. And this is level 3. Level 3. He changed it. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. It is glitched because it has a skulk. You're absolutely right. It's glitched. How fascinating. I'm fascinated by that. Look at that. And here's the interesting thing. There's even one with frames missing. I see it. Here's the interesting thing about this. They built it like that. They built it like that. I did not build this. I didn't build it. I didn't plop it into the ground. I plopped the level 1 into the ground, but I didn't plop the level 3. They built out the level 3. But you are so right. Wow. Wow. I can't have it repaired either, Mr. Villager, because I've done modifications, so I can't repair it. I did not notice that. Good for you. You know, I get it. I see what happened. I absolutely see what happened. I absolutely see what happened. Wow. Well, you know what? I like it. It looks Inuit to me. It looks like totems or something. It has that kind of look. And being that it's on land, I know it's crazy. And it's been fixed. That's what happened. They fixed it so that it probably won't happen again in the build. But wow. I did not notice that at the time. There's no question that I didn't notice it at the time. I'm glad you asked to see it. I really am. I remember when it looked like this. And of course, because it's on the surface, I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. I didn't pay attention to it. How funny. How funny. That's brilliant. Yeah, I didn't pay attention. Well, now that makes me want to kind of make this building look like this one. It does. It does. It actually does. Although it doesn't make sense for these stone pieces to be here now. And I should actually take them out and make them in oak or birch or one of the colors. Let's look at, I could make them in oak because the top is oak, or I could make them in acacia to match those posts, because most of them look like acacia glitching. So they would be here like this. There's no reason for the wood to be there. For the stone, I mean, to be there. And since you have brought it to my attention, we're just going to take the stone out completely and make them like this. There isn't even a reason for the stone to be there to make it safer. And I should have realized, because this is a gatehouse, so they probably didn't want it to be able to be burned down. And so this is the way it looks, but we're putting these in because they seem to match the best. I see some on the inside that I have to get. And we'll put these in. But how about that? I did not notice that. We built this gatehouse literally. I think we built this gatehouse practically when the gatehouses started. This was the second gatehouse you could build, I think. And which was really fun at the time. We built it early on. And remember when we were looking for all different styles of gatehouses, and there weren't a lot to choose from at the time. But we were glad for two. For Shire, which is John, and also for Jungle, which John did. The Jungle one too. And that's how we ended up like this. All right, so let's do this here. That should be correct. Yeah. And now what do I want to do? Do I want to leave the stone on the roof? Does it make any freaking sense? Of course it does. Let's get, that is definitely plank, oak plank for the roof. So we'll take this out, although this is stair. So we'll leave this in. What's this right here? It is acacia. So we can put acacia stair here. And then here, I think we might as well just go ahead and do acacia since we're doing it. And we'll have acacia plank for this part. Do I want acacia plank? I don't know. Let's see what it looks like. Because it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't make any sense to have the stone. I just think it looks indigenous in some kind of way, like some building built out of materials. I think I like the fact that it kind of looks like it's supposed to look that way. Yeah, it does. It makes it look like that. It definitely does. Let me look at the door. Can I get it from here? No, I have to go inside. So I freed them. They actually couldn't get out of this gate area and were staying inside here. But I like them to be able to get out. And the door looks like this. Oh, because it has one of the woods, one of the eucalyptus. No, that's metal. That's copper that's rusted copper on it. That looks gorgeous together, doesn't it? That really does. Because the handier being made out of the oxidized, the handle, yes, is a bit suspicious. Yeah, I guess so. It would be odd for them. And look at the top. Look at the different groups that it's made out of. You're absolutely right. Wow, that's freaky. So yeah. And then the bottom is made out of stone. And that part matches. And the whole rest of it was made out of stone anyway, except for these doors. The doors are the doors upstairs. And I didn't put the doors in. They put the doors in, but I did put in the light here and the furniture, obviously. I put in these rooms. But, oh, maybe I didn't put the light in. There's a light in the hall. So maybe the lights were in those rooms already. So, and then out here and up the stairs. Now we put this in, and this is why we can't repair it. We can't repair it to have it be the way John designed it to be. We have connected an underwater base stairwell at both ends, and we brought the concrete from underwater base through to give it continuity and to lead to the outside. Wow. So when the time comes, we're going to have an elevator in here. This is essentially going to be a house where the dogs can come into two different doors. We'll have a door here that the dogs can come in and a door here. So they'll be able to pull the sleds completely into this area, and the sleds will be unloaded, and this will be right here where this builder shop is, will be a crane platform. The crane they can load the crane, and then the crane will drop down into the ground. And I don't know how that's going to work just yet. We might have to put the crane on the roof and have it drop down. We'll see. Or have it be in one corner right here. Have the crane be right here over top of a hole right there. And that makes sense. So we can work on that. Right now, since you're here, Mr. Villager, for a little bit of time, well, there is one technical issue with that. It freezes, it might get somebody stuck, right? You're not sure if what freezes. If what freezes. Talk about what's going to freeze. Let's see. Basically, no physics knowledge, just that it's the warmth who leaves and none of the cold inside. We'll see. We'll see. This top one, yeah, we'll see how we'll have to put some garage, we'll put garage openings here so that so that there's protection. Who is it? Who has it? Is it Macaw's? Let me come to here for a second. Yeah, let me come to here and look at garage. Yeah, these are garage doors, Macaw's doors. So there are garage doors that we can use. They're 3 wide, and they can fit, they would fit across this. We'd have to alter those openings to fit across. Let's get a lantern for a second. It's dark. Area of mass. Call it exacts. Yeah. So they can now come out through this gate, and they are looking around at stuff. Did that melt there? Is it too warm? It might be too warm and might be melting the snow right here. But we'll see. I'd rather that there was snow there than the stone showing. But it might melt. So we'll see what happens with that. The snow is coming in from the top right here. Oh, I see what you're talking about. I get what you're talking about. You're talking about the door freezing because of the copper. That the copper door might freeze. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a possibility that it could freeze shut. except that it's surrounded by wood. That's a good question. That's a good question. But yeah, that's what we got so far. All right, let's take the sled route back. Let's see what it would be like if we took a sled to the biome border. And that's as far as the sleds go. So they would come around here, come through this little edge here, and we talked about taking away a portion of this. We can fill this in with actual ice, just to make it safer for the dogs in this area. I'm just going to fill this in with this kind of ice. The water ice melts in this part, so we have to put in actual packed ice right here. Monkey to keep that from melting, and then they can come this way. And they go straight to this stop. Let's put the packed ice away. Dun, 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 dun. It's going to be interesting. What are we going to do? Because this is above the ground. When this is a level 5, it's going to be white concrete. I think we're actually going to change it and make it into something, although this is white right here. But it has this front. I think this is colonial or original, one of the gate entrances. And that's there. You mean one of the archers was staring?
You are so wise.
Hi, Annabella. Annabella and Gabriella are here. Annabella was a expert archer and was teaching the art of archery. And when the gatehouse happened, she decided she wanted to be one of the ones. Here we'd have to put dirt in here or sand. We couldn't sand it like we were talking about here. Just fill these in with sand. And just have it be. Yeah. But for those of you who were wondering, yeah, Vincentius is actually playing hightail. He actually got it, and in the beginning it was like, oh cool, we'll play together. But the way hightail is set up, each player, each person has to make their own, they'd have to kill a certain number of things in order to increase their abilities. And the leather, how much leather you need is equivalent to, stuff in Minecraft. You need so much leather, and that would require either a leather farm or killing enough bears or killing enough wolves or killing enough whatever gives you leather in that world, in the hightail world. I could ask Vincentius what gives you leather besides bears and wolves. But I don't feel like doing that. And Vincentius was saying, well, you could go in and play in creative. And it's like, yeah. And then I still kind of have the same problem that I had with Minecraft in the beginning, which is why I play Minecolonies modded Minecraft, because what happens is there's no one living there. You're by yourself, unless you're on a server and playing with other people. And it's the part of Minecraft that I've never been particularly interested in, which is why when I was playing Minecraft before Minecolonies, I would stay in the villages. I got interested in it when the villagers started to have actual villages that were different, and that was really fun. And also, so this is a safe. They can go around these spots here. I can fill them in. I don't need these to be here. Let me see if they'll ice if the ice will go away, because sometimes the ice just, you put the ice back and it just goes away anyway. That there's some sort of heat source in the area that melts the ice. But we'll see if that happens with these spots. And that would allow for the dog sleds to come through and come right to these doors. So from here, let's get these two. This looks like there should be a polar bear city in this area, but there isn't. Polar bears have probably moved away. I don't think that the skeletons hunt polar bears, and they're not allowed to hunt anything on the surface of the ocean. Skeletons are not allowed on the ocean. When they're drowned, zombie youngers come out. That is one of those things we have to deal with, but skeletons, no. They can't kill anything in the ocean. And there we go. On top of the ocean, in a ship, if ships are battling, but not the bears. Not the bears. So see how this right here has started melting, this building has started melting away, this whole area. This is a level 2 of this building. Why don't we take the water off before it freezes? Sponge. This is an underwater building. Sponge. P-O-N-G-E. Which we brought up to a level 2. But now he's gone back to working on the hotel. We need the gatehouse to be done so I can put in a taxi service. There's no taxi in this area, and that's what I want. So we'll bring the water down to its regular level here. This is a part of the build, this water. It's added by the builder to make sure that there aren't any blank water spots when it's built underwater. So that's why the water's coming up so far. But you can see right in this area that it's up above the ice, which means that in a little while it will freeze into ice. And we don't necessarily want it to do that. And there's the ice right here. So I think we've got it back down to the normal amount. We've got a little indentation right there. I think I would need to put in something. Why don't we just go ahead and put ice in right here? Can I get it? I can't get it underneath that. That's what's going on there. I'll just bring this back and fill this in right now. Whoosh. Okay. And I'm good with that. Probably colonial. I think so too. We're putting those things back into the library that I just used. We're taking everything else and putting it away because I'm headed now. Why do we have this here? This is actually going to be a recreation area. This is all going to be glass, and they'll be able to look at this monument right here, this ruin, which is the equivalent of a pyramid, the pyramids on Earth, or Machu Picchu or something like that. This is an ancient monument there, ancient ruin. This ship is not the ship that our first four came in on. This is another group of people who either skeletons. I'm looking at the wood. It's a mixture of jungle and so it's a jungle ship. So it's probably a land people ship that crashed here, or maybe they crashed and they thought they were going to build something, but they couldn't because, believe it or not, that has always been there. So the skeletons attacked for sure. And then this was not always a fort. This was originally a tower. This was an illager tower sitting right here. And after the tsunami, the tower was washed away and a portion of the castle was washed away. You can see the damage. And then you can see the black ice still from the tsunami still in these areas. That's how much damage there was. These are new trees that have grown back since the tsunami on this park. This is one of the reasons why the skeletons were fine with giving us the mountaintop. This, by the way, is from the disturbance from the what do they call it in Vintage Story? They call it a temporal storm. A temporal storm happened, and we had some spiking of the ground, some ground displacement during the temporal storm. And technically, for those of you who haven't watched before, for those of you who have watched, you know, I moved from a smaller computer to a larger computer. And because I was having so much trouble with memory, and so I finally moved to a bigger computer in order to not have that problem. And when I did do that, the city moved perfectly, but some areas around the city got glitched, and underwater, really big glitches underwater, where we had pieces of the city, little sections of city that were just sitting out in the middle of the ocean. But other than that, the city itself was fine, and the land and everything seemed to be pretty much intact. Now, the workers who work at the border by the Biomes Border, this is the Biomes Border Port, and the workers who work here live in that little what do you call it, apartment dorm underneath here. We had originally thought we were going to put something on land for the dogs and for them, but land belongs to the skeletons. They can't stop us from using the water, the river, and that is a part of the treaties. Plus, we actually give them a lot of gold to keep them happy, as well as the treaties that we have in place. So this border, this biome border port that we have here, still needs a place for, this is where a passenger riverboat comes in. We only have one passenger boat, but we have two cargo boats. And here, Mr. Villager designed a place, designed an inside for this sled area. And I'm going to go into, did I lose it? I did lose a light here. That's what happened. I'm going to go into Discord for a moment so I can find this sled shop. That's what it is. It's a sled shop. And is it here? Is it here? No, it's not in Tails. It's in the privates, isn't it? Yes, it is. So there we go. So I'm gonna figure out this first picture and see if I can figure out how to make it from the picture. I know it's got two different ways. I see how it is. So I just have to figure out the back. Let's put in a floor first. Let's put the floor in. And he's using end stone or something. What is that you're using? End stone? You're using that because you don't have domum ornamentum. He means it to be this stone here. And should I just go ahead and do, let's get a pickaxe, let's get a shovel, and let's begin right here and stone this part in right here. So we're under, this is underneath the dock, and we have an area there that goes under so that mermaids are not stopped from crossing down the river. See, we can go underneath. Mermaids can go underneath. And that was a stipulation that had to be there by my people in order for this to be built or used in this area. We can come all the way to here. I don't know what this is. Let's go up to the surface for a second and see what in the world that is right there. Is that stairs? Is that the stairwell? That's the stairwell. That's exactly what that is. So on this side, we can only go to here, and I didn't see that, Mr. Villager. We can only go to here on that part. But we can move it down and have it come out of this doorway. And I think I'd like to do that. So we're just going to put in a floor so we don't have to keep worrying about it. And this wall is going to be here because we can't go any farther than this. In this section right here. So we're going to put a wall right here. That can be there like that. See what's happening to the top? And so let's continue to put, this is domum stone, this is the beige bricks, I think? Yes, beige stone bricks that ancient Athens uses a lot of. And the border wall itself is actually an ancient Athens dock, and it did have its own crane sitting right here, but it was too big and facing the wrong way. It faced this way, and so we let it go, and we built in cranes that we extracted from the underwater base warehouse. We extracted these cranes from there and built them, and so that they would work to transfer materials from the boats over to the sleds, and that's why we're over here. So we almost have enough room here, I think, for this shop, the way Mr. Villager has it. I'm going to see if I can go back farther this way. I think that's the end right there. Yeah, I think it is. I think that's as far back as we can go right in this section. Right here. Let's take this part. And notice it's low. But so's the other area. So's this. This is low too. If we want to make it higher, we can pull out, like we did here, pull out the full block and put in panel in order to give them a little bit more space, headroom. And we can do that when we start looking at it. It's one block lower than the ice. Okay. So he's saying that the floor is supposed to be down to here. I'm fine with that. We'll put in a stair piece right there. Have the floor come down to here. So let's remove this. And we'll bring the floor all the way down. Don't need that. So the floor is going to be right here. So we might as well just go ahead and put it there. There are some things that I'm fine with Minecolonies especially. I like the idea that they do the work, and I love that. We're not inside a border. We're not within the border of a city. Neither of the two cities are close enough for this this section right here to be inside a city. So that means we can't actually have the builders build anything in this area. And the fact of that makes it that, do I need to? What is there? Oh yeah. We can't go back in that part right there. And so this is why the only reason we were able to build the dock here is because it's decoration. Otherwise, I'm not sure that we could have even built this. I know we couldn't, because remember we tried to build the inside of a Byzantine and we couldn't. Sponge. And we couldn't build it. Bring the water levels down in here. Yes, I was wet, so it was making it that it wasn't really. Let's bring the water down one level in this area. There we go. Now the dogs are going to have their beds in this area also, and they're going to be here, and we don't have a place yet for them. This is interesting. Look what's happening here. I don't think I have enough room for the dogs. I might have to go over more this way. Let me see what this is here. Let's get a light so we can work in the dark. I can't put it out there, it'll melt the ice. We'll just put it right here. What is this? Let's see what this is. That looks like stairs, but it looks like it's too far away, doesn't it? Maybe it isn't. That is too far away. So what is this? Oh. Look at that. I wonder what this was supposed to be here. Oh no, it's just the stairs on the other side that I'm getting rid of? I might be getting rid of the stairs on the other side. Hold on. No, I'm not getting rid of them. Interesting. Ooh, Vincentius is making something. I smell it. I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking creme de la Earl Grey with some whipped cream and honey in it. Yeah, look at that. There isn't anything there. I thought there was something there, but there actually isn't. So we can bring this all the way over here as well. And those pieces right there, now that might be the stairs. And it still isn't. Wow. Let me get an axe. Isn't that curious? I think that's curious. Let's get an axe and let's put a light right here so I can see. Yeah, there is nothing there. Whatever was there isn't there anymore. That might be the stairs for the other side, but it's not. It's almost as though they used some piece and some piece of another building or something to make this. Because Minecolonies team, by the way, for those of you who are watching and who are interested, Minecolonies, the developers, they play on Twitch. They have their own channel on which they play with their patrons in a private server for their patrons. And they also design they do style designs on their channel, which are it's actually fun to watch them. They are so fast. They are so good at working together as a team and making the buildings. You can see them make buildings, and it's really, really cool. It is really cool to see them do that. So now that allows us to have enough room here for the dogs on this side. Could see how far that goes over? That's the wall for the apartment where the people live. So we can have the dogs in this area. And then, so right here, is this 1, 2, 3? It sure is. So we're going to divide this right here for the dog area, where the dogs are going to have their beds. And I'm just going to put this here like this for a minute so that I know that this is the end of this area. So if I need more space, Jaden Martin. Hello, Jaden. How are you? I see you. Welcome, welcome. If you have a question, you can ask. And then we'll come this way and bring this part over a lot more. And if you wonder why I'm doing this in creative, it is part of my story that I am an ambassador from a wealthy nation, the nation of mermaids. And we have a lot of, we are an ancient nation. We are as old as the witches. So we have a lot of, is there something here? Or there was, oh yeah, look at that. There's something there, so we can't go there. But we could go here. So let's leave that like that. Can we go on this side? No. 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 But we can go over here. So I've got this design from Mr. Villager, and I'm going to try and adapt it to go into this location right here. Are there any stairs? Any flats? Are there any? Is there anything here that is slab? Nope. There are no slabs. So let's come down. Let's use an architect's cutter. Use an architect's cutter right here. And the mermaid nation of Tana is what my story is about. And nope, not that. This. We're going to get one of these. There we go. So that we can put this in the entrance right there. And there's our entrance up. And we'll have the door be at this top part right here. And we might as well go ahead and get these doors right here to keep out the cold. And you can see it. Now on this one, I think we put stone, yes we did, on the outside. right here because I think we put the door on the outside there. Hold on. And I apologize for the rain sound you hear in the background. Shh. That is the heater system, the heating system in this house. And it's very loud where I am. But this is the place that, this is the one place where I can stream from, so I don't have a choice with this. Do I want to do the same thing here? I think I do. So let's take this. We're going to take and put stone on the outside here, and that way we can take the doors. See this paneling right here? We can take this and this. We have two different kinds of paneling here. This one here, and put up above the door here, and down the sides right there on this one. And then we can take the doors and do them from the inside. So the doors are here. And yet when you open them and you close them, see they're not sticking out beyond, and that's what I like to do. So that's good for that area. We'll probably do it for the dog area too. We might as well go ahead and do it right now. You can make it look like that as an extension of this on this ground part right here. That stone comes all the way down from inside the ground. We'll make it seem like that. Now with the dog area, this is going to be interesting. We're going to have the dogs come up the stairs. I guess so. I guess we can do that. Stop. And here, and put in the slab right here, and there we go. And the outside is once again this. Just looking at the chat for a moment. And here we go. Dun, 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 dun. And there we are. And so there are the two areas that we are building underneath of this wall between the two biomes. So this is frozen river, and this is not frozen river. That's essentially what it is. This is just river over here. And this is a biome border, and we're taking advantage of the biome border to have riverboats come from Pitti Hamaalakut, which is way over there, the mountaintop over here. If I rise up high enough, you'll see the balloons. Those balloons are the beginning of Pitti Hamaalakut in the mountaintop of the old growth forests. And the other end is way down the river toward the ocean. This is going towards the ocean, the frozen ocean, and that's where we're at. And right now, I'm going to look at the design. Whoop! This one's wrong. How'd I do that? Let's put this in properly. There we go. So this one's open, and this one opens like this. Just make sure they're open properly. And there we go. So they can pull sleds out of here, or bring sleds in. This might not be big enough for a sled. We'll see if it looks like the sleds can be pulled in and out of here when we get to it. All right, so I'm going to look at my phone and see if I can figure out this back part, how wide this is, how much room we have. One, two, three, four, five, and then let's look at the other part there. 5, 6. That is actually, the back wall is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that actually kind of works perfectly. Let's come to here. So luckily, Mr. Villager and I have done this we have collaborated in the past, and I have told Mr. Villager that if I had a server, and if he was able to come into a server, that he would be one of the few people that I would collaborate with in regards to having someone in the world with me. I would have him in the world with me. So he's gotten used to that when he gives me a design, it doesn't necessarily turn out exactly the way he intended it to. It needs 3 there. So why don't we bring this back one more? We're going to bring this wall back one more in this area. Just go ahead and bring it back. And this is Minecraft, people. This is Minecraft. And eventually I imagine that Hightail will get to this point where you can have like Minecolonies or something in it, but it's not at that point yet. All right, so we have this little area here, and he has shelves right here. Now he's using trapdoors as shelves. We're going to use panels for the shelving. So let's put away some things that we're not going to use here right now. We have one of these in the room. We can put this here. Let's put up these for now. We're not going to use them. We might need these 2 panels, so we'll hold on to them. We definitely need a cutter. We might need a sponge, so we'll hold on to it. The doors are here already. Doors are in the room. These are all in the room. Next, we can use these. We need a couple of these. And we might as well, let me see what else is going on here. A lot of this stuff is going to be, and we need some gate. These are for the sleigh beds. So we'll see. Mr. Villager did a really good job of faking the, do you have Domum, Mr. Villager? I wasn't sure you did have Domum. Do you have Domum on your, I wasn't sure about that. Let's put down this. Let's get some panels. We're going to get this panel, and we're going to use this on the wall for the, and we have to bring it to this right here in order for them to be able to use it. But that's too low, and that's why he brought it down. So let's put the panel here. And then we can put a chest and that looks like a barrel or something sitting there. Chest or something sitting here. So see where this is right here? we're going to have to take these away. And put in panels in this top area here. So we need 2 of these, one here and here. And then we need these here. And there we have it. And that gives us more space right there so that we can put in a chest. And let's put in a barrel. And an inside shelf. Much better. Oh, it just, I can't have it flat. So when I saw that shelf, it's like, oh, that's perfect. It works right there. So we expanded the wall to fit it in like that, because it does look cool. So let's put this up here. And let's put a chest here. And that takes care of that. And underneath this chest is the makings of a sled. And the sleds are made, this is so interesting. So the sleds are, let's put one of these here. Let's put a fire. Now I haven't figured out how to do this. One of these. We don't need the chests anymore, they're in the room. And I need a water bucket. CK. And an empty bucket so I can get the water to go away. Let's put this here for now. And let's put the fire right here like that. That's perfect. And then let's put the fire out. Can I not put the fire out this way? Oh wait, I have an empty bucket. There we go. Okay, ta-da! And now let's get this bucket. And that gets rid of it. There, nice. Ooh, that's good. That works really, really nicely. And then in front of it is a gate that's open. So right here we need to be able to put a gate right here. Let's see if we can. Put a gate this way. But we need it to open the other way. I have to be able to stand here in order to get the gate to open for a second. The other way. Hold on. There we go. Okay, and that is the sled, one of the sled models, which is really cool. Dun, 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 dun. So there's a sled model there, and that works really nicely. And then in front of this sled is something right here which I can't see. So I'm going to move to the next build part right here. There's actually a post in the middle of the room, and I appreciate that, but I'm going to leave it out. I think this wall is narrow enough that we don't need a support in the middle. I think it's okay. If I was going to have a support, see right here where the crane is, where we just put in this part right here, we'd have to put it right here. So I don't really want to have a support in the center of the room. However, on the other side of the support is the good stuff. And let's come over to the other picture and I'll look at it. There we go. Oh, I see where you have the door. Oh, you have it much smaller. Yeah, I see that. Okay, let's take this area here and let's make the cabinetry and stuff. How did you get those logs? Where in the world did you get that log look from? What, what, how did you get logs that look like that? Is that new furniture mod that you have that made actual logs? God, that looks so good. I don't think I have anything that does that. G S L O G. So this is the log area here. Yeah, see, I don't have anything that gives me, I don't have any one now. So, Mr. Villager, what's the name of that? Let me find out. Vincentius. And I'm interrupting him. He's listening to something. I want to try and find something. Mr. Villager says there's a new furniture mod. And I'm going to get the name. The question is it on Neo? That's the question. On the first question is it on CurseForge? Yeah, that is the first question. Let me go and look for a second and see what the name is. The name of this new mod is Faramir, Faramir apostrophe S, Faramir's Furniture Add-on. F-A-R-A, M as in Mary, I-R, apostrophe S. He's looking. Hmm? He's saying it's Faramir's Furniture Add-on, but what he's showing me is building stuff, outside stuff. Is any of it Neo compatible? Okay. It's probably not furniture. It's available for Java. It might not be available for Java. He says it's furniture add-on, but what he's showing me is outside pieces. Oh, it's bedrock. Okay. So yeah, sorry about that. I can't use, I would love to have logs like that. I did at one point from one of the mods, but that mod didn't come over to NeoForge, and so I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. But in 20, I did have one that gave me logs like that, but there aren't any now. Okay, so in that section there, let's move this light over here for a minute. In this section right here that Mr. Villager has made for me, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, yay! So we can have the shelf, although he's making a cabinetry and I like it. Oh, that's interesting. I like the way you did that. He's using window frames. Scroll a bit for a recommendation. It has furniture as it includes the planters outside, but also it has multiple shelves, chairs, tables, and bowls. But yeah, Vincentius looked for it and it's not available. It's bedrock, so it's not available for me. And let's come, I don't need the water anymore. I don't think I'm going to do another sled for a minute, although I probably should have put that up. I don't need the fire anymore. I'll save for later. I want to get bookcases. Okay. Now he's using these, and we'll use them for this area right here. But what was interesting was he had a frame on them, which was really nice. I liked it. But if we did framing, it would be something like this. This is what we could put here. Oops. Do I have to come back here for a second in order to put that there? Yeah. And then we'll come back out. Okay. So we can put the framing like that on here. Although I love the way the window comes up. Let me look at Macaw's windows. W-I-N-D, and there they are. I like your use of windows the way you did it. So I think I want to use that. These are spruce windows. These are oak plank. This says spruce, but not spruce plank. This is spruce plank here. Resizable window. Let's look for a second. Let's put this here like this. Ah, there's a problem. You can do that, but Macaw's windows are, oh, I know what I can do. But there isn't really windows, and the panel doesn't take up more than one block the way those window pieces do from that mod. Let's come here and let's remove that. Let's bring this down. And let's look here. I don't think we're going to get anything, but what we can do is make it like this, and that'll be fun. So why don't we do that? So we'll put this here like that, because that's kind of the look that he was going for, that Mr. Villager was going for. So we'll give it that look. And put it there, and I like that a lot. And then underneath, however, I see the thing that this was up higher. I would want to have something here to bring this out, like it's a table or something underneath it. This is supposed to be up as high as these shelves. Do I want to do that? I could move the whole thing up. Yeah, let's move the whole thing up to here. And, oh, and then let's do this instead. I actually like the idea of this. We can have this come down and be here like this. So let's, one more time. We might as well leave this off since I keep having to come over here and do something. We'll leave that off for now. Oh, I like that. I like that, Mr. Villager. Let's take this off and just have this be here. What's this? Let me come up here and see what this is. Do I have it covered? Is it covered with something? Like, what's that? Oh yeah, it is. Oh good, yay! So we can have that be there like that. I like it. This is coming some more, quite more. Scroll a bit more. Oh, you said hi to Vincentius. Vincentius? Mr. Villager said hi.
Hi.
And they're modded too, but you can replicate using oak laid logs and extinguishing campfire. That's right. That's true. I could do it that way. You are correct. I could do it that way. Let's do it that way. Let's do this. Let's put one here. Oh, it would have to be here. Yeah, but I can't do it on that side now. Let's do it on this side. Let's put one here. We'll bring this wall over one more in this corner. Let's take this away. Let's bring this wall over, because what I'd like to do is have the logs be here, pile of logs be here. And I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me that that's something that, why can't I put that there? There is where I need to put it. That I can have it sit here. Can I have one sit on top of the other? How did they do it in the thing? Using oak-laid logs and extinguished campfires near it. That part works. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. I know what you're saying. I hear you. But I don't know that I can actually do that right away. Let's put this wall here for a second like this. I'm going to see if the dog beds, when we put this is where the dogs are going to be. So we're going to have a place where the dogs eat in here, and we're going to have beds for them. And this whole area is going to go back in this. But this part right here needs to be for the other room. And we'll do it like that. I think. Scroll a bit more. Let me scroll a little bit more. Let's come to here. Yay! Danny finished. Ooh, we'll have to go back and look at what Danny did. Quite more. You think that add-ons take away your skills and make stuff look too lazy made? Nah. No, because the design is still there. You're too hard on yourself, Mr. Villager. And if I want to extinguish campfire, use throwable water bottles. But the quickest way is using a shovel. Test it. That's it. Thank you. Let's come over here and let's get a fire. I didn't realize that a shovel would put it out. Let's use a shovel. Let's put this here. And sure enough, I knew there had to be a better way than a water bucket, but that's perfect. So we'll have a pile of wood there, and we're going to use that as our wood pile. I don't know how they did it, how they were able to get. Let's see if I can sit another fire on top of that. I don't think I can. But I'm going to check. Let's try, let's put this up. Let's try one more time to see if I can put another fire there. 9. Yeah, nah, see, it would be here. So I'll leave it for now. And just a second, let me go back to here and look. And thank you. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you for getting me to scroll back so I could see that I could add another set of wood right there. All right, so let's continue for just a second. Let's put this here. Let's come into this corner where I'm at, where you have a table, a workbench, and we're going to put that other thing on the other side, the stool and whatever's on top of it. So let's put a table in here with the lamp on it. And we're going to use one of the thicker tables, which looks like Valhelsia. Yeah, we can use a Valhelsia table. a spruce table right there. I don't need, these are in the room. This is in the room. I'm not using that. And we can put this up. I just need some space. We'll hold on to these two for a second till I see the rest of everything. And I need a table and a crafting table. So your AFT. And we can either use this or we can use this. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this one looks like. It looks like that. It is a crafter. Let's put the table right next to it, right there like that. This is vanilla. This is something that Chromie Hills doesn't have a texture for. So that's a vanilla texture, which is why it looks like that. And we can set a lamp there. Like they just came in and set a lamp in that corner. Kind of like the idea of there being something right here. Having that be like that. And over here, we can take this out and see what we want to do with that. We can have something there, like storage or something. What happens on this side? Do I have a door? Do I want to have a door between these two? Just a single door. Why don't we do that? It still does this, but we have this little end area over here, and we can use this little area, which you can't see because I took away the, we can use this little area here, that there, to have like where they store the dog food and things like that. We'll do that in this corner where we have that indentation. And right here, let's put in one of these, but let's actually use a door from 4. P-O-O-R. A door from Macaw's, because Macaw's has the jungle door, the tropical door, made in all different materials, and we can make it in spruce. And see what it looks like. We might need the dark oak one of these. I don't need this anymore. So let's look at the dark oak tropical also. So we could have this door. See that? That's spruce. And where's the dark oak one? The dark oak one looks darker. And I'm good with that. So we'll have a door here between the dogs and the workshop. And have it be like that. Let's bring this part over. And we can put something in that corner as well. And John. Hi, John. Hippo. Hello, John. Welcome. And there we go. So we're using Mr. Villager's design for the sled shed. The shed where, the workshop where they're going to make sleds. And this is as far as I've gotten so far on it. And I'm going to come back here. This piece that you have in the corner, I would love to have that piece sitting right here. And it looks like it's another table, like a table sitting here with something sitting on top of it. What is that sitting on top? It looks like a domum piece. Aerops! Hi, Aerops! Okay. How are you? How are you doing? I recognize that name. How's it going? What do I have here that I need? Oh, I'm trying to figure out this thing that you have on here. Should I use... What could I use to make it look like that? Maybe wool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make this go away. Let's use oak. Let's do wool. We have these are available. We don't need these doors anymore. So let's make the doors go away. This is in the room. And let's get wool. And it's gray. So we'll use gray wool piece and wood. And we're going to make two things. We're going to make this, except with wool. So it's this one actually with wool. And I think it's this one right here. So we're going to have that be there and this be here. Other way around. And this be here. That gives us this. And then the next thing that we need is put this up here and get a couple panels. Let's get a panel, some panel pieces, and put on top. So it's going to sit here like this, except it needs to sit like this. And that's what it looked like it was. But I'm going to sit it on the ground right next to it. Right here, and then on top of here, we can put, nope. How many of these can we put? We can only put one. Can we put a floating panel on top? I think that's all we can do. See how that is? Unless we move the whole thing over. Let's put the table here. Put this on top of the table. Here. And put this on top of that. Right there like that. How's that? So we come in and there's something sitting there on that table. Let's make the table longer and set that in that corner there, like they're gonna have something else sitting here. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. I am indeed. I'm having fun putting together Mr. Villager's design for the sled shed in the Biomes Border RiverPort. And we're using underneath the port to put things in. Let's put a box there. Let's put one of these on this table. Right there. I don't think it's not big enough. We could put another chest. Sit it right there, and I think that'll work. Why don't we do that? Now Mr. Villager has carpet on the floor right here. And we can do definite carpet. He has black carpet on the floor, and we'll put in black carpet here. Whoops. On the floor right in front of this, right here, that goes all the way over to that pile there, but we're just going to have it be right here. And I think I'm just going to have it be right in front like this, in front of this place where they stand and do some work. We'll have it be there. And then we need the other thing that's in this corner, which I cannot see well enough. It's another sled, it looks like. It is another sled. Let me see how it's made and see if I can figure out how it's made from this other picture. I can't see that sled well enough, Mr. Villager, to see how it's made. And I'd like to make it. I like to make it, but I can't see how it's made. So I think I've lost him for a minute or two. And there are a couple sled pictures that we got from online that he showed me. And let's see if I can find one of, there it is. Let's see if I can make this sled on the inside. Gosh, I don't know what that is. I think it's one of these. Let's do another chair piece. Let's sit it right here like this. There's enough room. And behind it, we would need a chair piece that went this way for them to stand on. And then we can use either panel like this to sit here, right there like that. And a panel right here, and a panel on this side. So we'll have to do what we did with the other, come through the wall here for a second so that I can get to that side and make the panel. So this is another sled. These are sled chassis that we're making. Now this other part, I have no idea what this is. I don't even know how they did this for real. I don't think there's anything like that in... It looks like they're using this, and let's get a shovel right away. And we don't need this to be here or this. Let's put this away. It has silk touch on it. I don't want to lose it. We do have these also. Let's see if it's one of these that they have sitting there. And did I just put the shovel away that I needed to use? I did. Okay, take that out. So what do they have on the side here? How can we do that? I don't know anything that I can put that's going to be low like that. Well, let's look at panels. P-A-N-E-L. Let's see if I can find something in panels. Ooh, I think that we can do it with domum. Domum. Did I get rid of the piece of wood? We can let the wool go. We don't need these anymore. They're in the room. Let's get the spruce, and let's come here and let's do this. These will probably work in the same kind of way. So we can put one of these here, like that. And let's get back in the wall again and put one here, like that. Excellent. Okay, and so that gives us that piece. And then on the end, then we have this. We have this, although this should be, is this the wrong color for this too? Both of these should be dark oak. Let's put these up here for a second so that I have them. This is spruce fence, which is what it should be for both of these. So I'll have to go back in the wall here for this one again. Come right to here. And we have water right outside. Oh, that is spruce looking like that. It's not dark enough. Let's do dark oak. That's spruce. Let's do dark oak to make it look the same color. And we'll put the dark oak one here and do it like that. That looks more like it's the same color. And you're going, why don't you just cut the room bigger? I might. And then here, let's take this one and put here like that. Dun, 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 dun. And so those are the sleds that they're working on in the shop right here. We're making that the sleds they're working on in the shop. Do I have room behind here? I do. I'm going to bring this out, this part of the wall out here, so that I can, there we are. So they can use this area underneath. And there's a sled. There's one of the sled pieces. That turned out really nice. That sled turns out nice. That was one of the ones you sent me. And it's one of the ones that we can actually put outside as well. Now, if I was as skilled as Raycoms and Sam and John are in designing stuff, I could scan this and then build it outside. So should I do that? Should I do that? And then we're going to show with this, we need two types of sleds. We need the sled. This is like a single sled here. But we need one that will, which means I'd have to build it more than once. We need one that would be here and be pulling a pallet that would have these on it. And 8 dogs, we could do an 8-dog sled that could pull fairly good. We can do a 6-dog sled for the people. I'm not really going to have that many people coming this way, but we have enough people that we can pull a couple people at a time, or maybe 4 people at a time with 8, probably. With 8 dogs, we could do that. So this is sort of a steampunk kind of thing. And Mr. Villager, if you're still here, the dog area, it would be fun to have something for what the dog area is going to look like here. And then where do they go to like poop and all that kind of stuff? There'd have to be a yard. They'd have to come up in here, be allowed to come up in here. I don't know whether they're going to allow us to use that. I can arrange it. I would have to arrange it so that there would be a place up here where they could come up here and use this area. And if we did that, we'd have to bring the ground down in this entire area right here under these trees. Let's bring the tree down into the ground. So this whole part here would end up being flatter, so that we can, why don't we use a shovel? We've got one, much better than my hands. And I'm going to do this whole part right here. So there's an area under the trees. It snows here, it doesn't rain here. On this side of the river, it doesn't rain, but it does snow. And let's take this and bring that tree down. And we're just actually going to make a yard. I should have some iron fences that I can use to make an area here where the dogs can run or can be outside and have some place where they can come out of the house. So this is the kennel right here, and we can have a place here for the dogs to come over when they are not being used and be outside, because it would get really hot in there. There's some water right there, so actually kind of nice. I'm going to make it a square, pretty much. What say you? I think I like this. More in this direction, and there's our square. I'm going to take this part away, right where this tree is. We'll bring the tree down. And this part, bring this tree down right here. Take away the mushrooms here, and fix this tree. Yeah. Let the tree go all the way down in that area, and there we are. So we just need to fence this in for them. I would rather have it be fenced than have them be on leads. Sometimes you see them in older pictures being being on leashes altogether, but we don't really need that for them. We can have a fenced in area here. Question is, what kind of fence do we want? We've got all sorts of fence, including some iron fence and stone fence pieces, but it would have to come up too, don't you think? So what don't we need here? Let's put the light up. Things that can be, I need that. We might need a sponge. Let's leave the fire. Let's put this back up. Those were made. You can bring this down. And let's put all these back in the library for a minute because I want to get some fence. I have modded fences. These are adorns, posts, and then we have adorns fence here, and these are macaws stockade fence. Let's get a stockade fence for a minute. And then there are oak wired. Let's do spruce wired. Let's look at that. And then we have metal fence gate for metal fence. So we have a couple different types of metal fences here. Let's look at this and this. And a wrought iron fence. All right. So these are the different fence pieces that we have. Let's go to bed. There, I have a space in these quarters. These are the docks quarters, and I'm going to go to sleep right here for a second. And now let's come out. Isn't it lovely? Yes, we have plenty of room for all the other workers to be here. 8 beds altogether. So let's look at this fence. I want to see what this looks like. Can we put it on top? Yes, we can. So that's one type. These, that's an expanded. Let's look at this. And how does this look on? Oh, I see. It has a different type of top there. Okay, what does this look like? Wait. Oh, that's interesting. It's in a completely different area. How much can you... And it comes up like that. I don't like the way that looks. Actually, I don't like any of this. And this is the metal gate piece. And if we made it... Did I just double it or something? Where'd that other piece go? And if we put it here like this, I can't... It doesn't look like... Let me get this stuff out of my hands. Okay, that was interesting. It does open. You can open it. That's good. So I don't really like this. Let's look at this. We've got this kind here. Oh no, definitely not. That looks like barbed wire. Absolutely not. Let's look at this. Could be here like this. But what we could do is put that around and then put this on top of it. Let's see if that works. I can't get it to go. That would be interesting. I just don't like this. I don't like, can we put this on top? Wait. Will this fit on top? No, it won't. See, it wants to sit in the wrong place. So let's go back to fence. First of all, because we're not using jungle. And let's come here. And let's go to fence again. Let's go back to the stockade fences here and get spruce. Let's get dark oak. We could do spruce. Spruce is in this area. We'll look at both of those. And something that we can sit on top of it. Let's look at this and see what happens if we sit this on top of it. And we should really bring this out to where the snow is right here. Let's make that go away. And let's see what the oak looks like. The dark oak would look like this. There's that. And the second fence on top would look like that. So, does it bother you, Mr. Villager, that it doesn't come all the way down? See what's happening there? Would it bother you that the fence work isn't coming all the way? One more try. Bars. Let's take the bars and let's see what they look like above. Let's see what actual bars look like over this. That works better. So there's two things that's going on here. We're protecting the wolves, the trained wolves, from wild wolves, and we're protecting and we're also protecting them from skeletons or from barbarians stealing them. So this is why we're putting in this fence. It's more to protect them like that than it is to keep them from getting away. I don't like when fences do this, so I am going to have to bring the fence back in this area a little bit more to keep it from sticking to the wall, to the ground here. There we go. Okay, because we're making a full square area here. And we'll stop the water. Let's fill this in. We're not going to have the water be here. But there is water here. And take this part back in this area here. And I'm good with this. Okay. birds will have to come. We'll have to have them. Now we can't use, I don't like using, we could use pets. We could train them. How far down are we coming this way? This is where, let's just close this part up here. Yeah, stop. And come all the way over to here. You can hear the rain on the other side of the biome wall. Oh, I don't have to do anything. It just goes away on its own. You must wonder why I was doing that. I didn't realize that. And let's put the door here, which is closer to here. And this just gives them a place where they can come and be. And now we need a gate. But I need something that, see how that is? I need something that will come up all the way up. Because we're putting this around the whole outside of this. So we can actually see them on the inside. And they have a place to run and play if they want. And it would be fun to have puppies, wouldn't it? Do we have puppies? I'm amazed that no one's ever asked for puppies, aren't you? In Minecraft? Why don't we have puppies? Wouldn't that be so fun? We have baby cows, baby sheep, baby chickens. We don't have puppies. The tree's too close. We only have that one. Do I want to move the tree? Because that's what I'd have to do. I have to move the tree over. Let's have, this is going to be an odd spruce. It's not that big. Let's replant it. It's not that big, so I'm going to cut it down and replant it. So let's chop it down first and see if we can get some spruces from it. There we go. Did I get any? Yay, I did. See a pretty cat. And then we can just plant it right here. Whoa! Wow. I fell into that hole and it goes all the way down. Let's put this here like this. And do I want to plant that spruce there? Nah. There's nothing right here in this spot. Let's plant the spruce here. So we need, what do I have on me that let's put this back. We don't need any of this anymore. It's in the world. Let's come to here. But I don't need to do too much of that. I can make these go away. This go away. And this is the one we're using. We're not using that one. We're using the dark oak. We have the door already. We have that. And let's get bone. And let's go to my bag and get these two right here. Let's make one spruce tree right there. And I'm going to wait until morning so we can see that. Let's come in and go to sleep. I like going to sleep, and plus the fact, as you can see on the mine item, they're still doing stuff. So we do need them to continue to have time where they go home and go to bed and go to sleep in the cities that are nearby. So we've got a tree here. And let's try doing this. So we got a baby. Look, we got a baby tree. Good. Okay. So we'll let these go back to the library and we'll continue putting this part of the fence around here. I think that's what happened. What I heard was something going, not being in the right place there. I might put a post here. So this is more about protecting them as well as having them not escape, because they are trained, but they are also pretty wild of spirit. So that's how we're going to look at it. And there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Excellent. There we have it. And that little area is going to cost us quite a penny. The skeleton's going, oh, what do we want to charge for the use of this land? Skeleton's doing that. How much gold are we going to ask for this land? Now there are some other doors. Since this is acting like a door, I don't know. I'll think about that. So there are going to be 2 sets of sleds. So that's 16 dogs. 16 dogs. So really there should be 20 dogs altogether. It seemed like too little space for 20 dogs. It might be. And in here is where we're going to have, when Mr. Villager, I'm hoping that Mr. Villager will be intrigued enough to design a place for the dogs to be in here. And so this whole area can come all the way back to here. And I'll give him the measurement for this. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 in a spot right here. Do I need, yep. What's that? Oh, that's on the outside. Yeah, we definitely need that to be there. And we're down 1 block down below to match the floor of the workshop right here. And we'll bring it all the way back to the apartment, or to the quarters that belong to this area here. Now there's cabinetry indented into the wall in this area, which is why I can only go to there. And there's some pieces coming down right here. And I'll have to decide if I want to cover that. See what it is? It's that. It might almost seem like some sort of air conditioning, mightn't it? This would be curious. Having sand in this area. I don't know whether they like sand or not. I'll have to see. It might be better to have dirt. You needed a place for the wolves to rest. Yes. Welcome back. And yes, I do. This is the area that's available. I want to put a cabinet here, and I can put it in already for NET for dog food. And we can put in, let's see, we can put in a cabinet up top. Let's do this up top, right here. And right in here, we're going to put in just a place where they can fix bowls of food. They might have to have some place for water, too, in this area. I can't go any farther than that. So we'll have to put a sink sort of area here for it, and we might need a big tub. Sink. Might need one of the bigger sinks. One of these. Dark oak, spruce kitchen. Let's look at this. And set two of them right there. And then here, let's have cabinets. We're going to Pitti Hamaalakut. Oh my gosh. Look what time it is. I'm Cinderella, and there's only 2 hours left. There's only 2 minutes left. I've spent all that time here. No, we didn't go to Pitti. Hold on for a second. Let's just go to Pitti for a second. I'm going to be running over time. We'll come back here because I don't know what I'm going to put there. So let's get all of this to go back into the library. Let's close these doors right here. And let's pretend that we are on, let's Dungeon and Dragon this since we don't have Create. We're going to do this. When there are Minecolonies players who do use Create, and it would be interesting. I'm not interested in doing it. I prefer pretending. But if Vincentius Primus was in the game and wanted to build actual ships that would fly and move on the water, I'd be so happy with that. I know that if Mr. Villager was in, he would do that too. Aerops would probably do that. No Create. Yeah, I know you don't have it. So we're pretending we're on the boat. This is the boat route from the border biome, from the Biomes Border, the other way around, a Biomes Border, to Pitti Hamaalakut, which is the resort. We were calling it a retreat in the beginning, but it's much more a resort. It's a place where they come to play. And we had been comparing it to like Disneyland. And so in that respect, it is a resort. And you notice those signs. Those signs are guiding us down the river and telling us that we're going in the right direction. And then dun 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 dun, let's take that away. Dun 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 dun, and there it is. This is the seaport. And if we were on a passenger ship, here's the passenger ship that we worked on yesterday on Twitch, and we'll come down and show the inside. I would have been sitting in this passenger ship right here in one of these seats. There's a little place for coffee, and then there's some tables for people who want to do something at a table, and then there's just regular seating here for passengers. This is their luggage and maybe some thing that they're bringing with them. Wouldn't that be fun? If you were making an airship, it would just start spinning in place or keep going up nonstop. There's got to be some way to do it. There's got to be. And then we made where the driver is be covered and a little screened in a little bit, so he's protected a little tiny bit from the elements. We don't want it closed in completely. It can get hot in here. So he's plenty warm. We just don't want rain falling down on him. And so this is the little passenger boat that comes to Pitti Hamaalakut. And I'm just going to use my magic and come all the way up to the mountaintop. The people, when they land at the docks, you can see the dock there, they go up the elevator here, or up the stairs. You can see one of the druids going up the stair right now. And then they take a second elevator up to this area here. Look, there's someone inside. Ooh, I think that is skin in the game right there. There's someone actually inside the tavern. And here we are. This is the resort. This is the tavern with extra apartments right here. Extra rooms available. So these are actually larger rooms of the tavern, but they're connected. This is Urban Birch residence connected to the Urban Birch Tavern to make a large hotel. And every time I see these branches, I think there's something wrong. So what I think I'm going to do is take these and turn them this way so that I can see them here like this. Whoops. There we go. And then I won't think that there's no tree here. There's actually this tree. We moved the trees so they are attached. This upper part is attached to this tree right here. And so I won't think that we didn't want to get rid of this tree. Look at how big it is. It's huge. It's an ancient tree. And there's the root, there's the trunk of it right here with all these huge leaves over top of this building. It's the same as these birches. We have birches and oaks and dark oaks in this area. And this tree was like this when I got here. This is the part that was here like this already. And this is the reason we chose this mountaintop and this location, was this ancient root, the oldest tree. Look how big this tree is. It's huge. And so we didn't chop it down. That's what it looked like when we got here. And we wanted to honor that tree. And so we put the town hall nearby. And see how this is in different woods? The Shire Town Hall is using oak wood, but this is actually a birch tree up above. So when the time comes, when that's a level 5, we will return it to its birch tree that goes all the way up to the top here. It goes all the way up to this canopy of trees right there. And that's what we'll have. And so just for a moment, so since we're coming here, hello. This isn't a visitor. It is a visitor. Why aren't you wearing... He's not wearing any boots. That's interesting that he's not wearing any boots. That's curious. I haven't seen a visitor in a long time who wasn't in a pair of boots. Either the regular leather boots or gold or diamond or iron. So I'm going to come out here so that you can see before I leave. This is where the people live in the trees. We have a university in the trees. We're using the tropical university and we've got it in the trees over here. We don't have the telescope yet, but we are planning on the telescope. And then the fire balloon and the balloon port are over here. This is the balloon that goes between Arnaaluk and Pitti Hamaalakut, and right here is the fire balloon and the druid's walkway. So the druid walkway, we have druid housing for when they're off duty here. And then our pastures are over here for the cows. There were cows here when we got here, 2 donkeys, and Sheila, the wolf. Sheila ate all the rabbits. There were rabbits here originally, which is why we put in the rabbit hutch right here. And it looks like, sure enough, she's done with the rabbit hutch. Let me come in here. This is a level 4. Dun, 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 dun. So when I come back next time, uh-oh, that's not one of our rabbits. That's not one of our rabbits because our rabbits were in, oh, it's broken into. No, it is one of our rabbits. Oh, we don't have any rabbits again. Unless I go and rescue that one. No. So I know I did. I put this too close to here. And that actually is one of our rabbits. Let me take 2 seconds and try and rescue this rabbit. Let's go here and get a lead. I've got a ton of them, so I don't need to get another. And let's get the lead here. Now luckily, Hercules is not around. Sheila had been here for many, many years and she got old and she's gone now. So we're going to bring this rabbit back. Wait, where are you going? Are you stuck on that? No, come here. Come here. There. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so let's do that. Wait, quickly. Let's close this. And let's close this. And, so we lost the others. Now here we have to put the fence up here. Because if we don't, Hercules can jump the fence. They'll just crawl right up to this part here and jump over. So the fences always come up here. This is the first time that we've done this with the rabbit face being there. We don't need this part of the fence anymore. And we can take this part down that's here, all the way to here. But then we have to bring the fence up on these sides, at least to here. At least to this, so they can't jump over the top. Up here, they can't really get to this roof. See how the roof is? So they can't actually get to it. We can take these away and have these be a part of this piece here. Oh, thank goodness. That's the air, and all I can do is apologize. There's not too much I can do about the air right now. We're going to put that here. So you see, we have this so that the wolf can't come over the top and come into this area. I think this is safe enough. The wolf can't get on here and jump over, but if they can, actually, if they can, I'm going to move this to here. And then they can't. And hi, you. This is Will. Will is a cousin of, look at that. It just sliced right through this building. But that was us. We had the building share the wall, and that's why it's broken right now. We put this in so that we could protect the rabbits, but it didn't work. So we have one more time here where they're going to build this, and we'll just have to come back and fix it later. But for right now, this is the level 4, which is going to be here for a while. And so we'll just take this part away. And there's that. That's why that's there. And up here, I suppose we can put that in just for a minute. Let me see what all of this looks like for a second here. Why is this like this? It's me. It probably matches perfectly on the outside and I'm messing it up. But we'll do this. Let's do this and come down. This is how this is supposed to be. So we can have rabbits be in here. That was the whole point. And this part up here is supposed to be connected to this part here. And we'll have to do that when we come back. And this isn't going to be here. This part right here isn't going to be here. We do need something right here because that's the hut block. So I want to have just a little bit more protection where the hut block is. And so it's right there. And then this is this area. And that happened because I put 2 buildings together. The coffee rabbits, yeah. So we have 1 rabbit right now, and we'll just have to go back to, there's another, oh, luckily Hercules is nowhere around. Thank goodness, or there'd be no rabbits. Let's get this rabbit and bring it back. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to bring the rabbit this way. Wait, where are you? What happened to you? Quick, come this way. Come on. And come in this way. Come on. There we go. Oop. All right, let's break that. There we are. Okay, and there she is. So we have 2 rabbits. We rescued 2 of them. Do I see another? Oh my God. And there is Hercules. So there are no more rabbits. This is Hercules right here. And he has made sure that there are no more rabbits. Oh man. No, there's one. Oh no, does Hercules see this rabbit? No! Can I get the rabbit before Hercules sees it? How do I protect? I know how I can protect it. Here, take this off. Where's Hercules? Quick. Where is he? Where'd he go? There he is. Let's do this. Hercules, here. You stay right here. That's right. And then let's take this rabbit and put here. I am past time. It's Monday and it's a quiet Monday so far. And let's come through here and bring this rabbit back in. Come on. No, you really don't want to be out there, trust me. And then let's put this here right away. And whoops. And then let's take this off without hitting that one. Let's see if I can take it off from here. Sure. Let's break it on this side. There we go. I got it. Right quick, before we let Hercules go, I want to see if I can find some more rabbits. We have 3 now. Do you see any? Oh my gosh! We lost our rabbits. The black rabbit was old. Time passes here. And the animal animals don't last as long as the humans or the humanoids, because this is not Earth. This is Minecraft. Nope. Not sure why that's broke there. But they can get over that. So I have to be careful. So we're not fencing the animals in. We're fencing them. We're keeping them off the road back here. That's what's happening there. Okay, Hercules. Hercules, as you can see, is not a dog. Hercules is actually, yes, I know. How dare you? He's a wolf, and he is Sheila's pup, and he has taken over for Sheila. I keep hoping that maybe Sheila went to join the tribe of wolves, and that she'll come back. They both disappear from time to time. Hercules disappears too, but Sheila hasn't been back in a while. Okay, so I can leave now. I couldn't leave like that, because then the animals, the rabbits, Hercules would come in and eat all three of them. So he's like, I know there were rabbits here. I could smell them. Yes, I bet you could. And she's going to take care of the rabbits now. I hear that, Clementine. I hear you yawning. So let's turn breeding on, and she's going to begin to harvest and feed the rabbits again. From there, and they're out in the yard, which is very fun. Look, there's a baby! Oh my gosh! There's a baby! There's a baby! See that? The pack, yes. And you're absolutely correct, Mr. Villager. The pack. We have a brand new baby rabbit. Aww. Whoa! Don't you drown in there. Wait, is it gonna drown? Don't drown. How can I get it out? Get the water out. Bucket. Break this. Whew. Oh my gosh. It's too deep for the baby. Okay. Let me see if I can get the baby this way. I can. So I can bring the baby out of this right here. Come out. Come out. Whoa, did you see that? It's too deep for the baby. Is this a slab? Yeah, let's bring the slab up. Can we have water here? Near TBR. Let's see if we can have water with a slab piece. We might can. I don't know for sure. Okay. I don't think she can drown in that. Good gracious. Do I have one on here? No, I don't. Good. It's a good thing that I just happen to be here. Are you going to jump in the water again? Sure enough. But there. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I hope too many babies haven't been lost that way. Goodness sakes. That's outrageous. Let's get all of this to go away. We're going to let all these pieces go away. The fire we don't need. We can just hold on to these for a little bit more. We're still working in the sled area. I guess I can put the fireplace there as a part of working with the sleds, and we will come back to those. But right now, everybody, thank you so much for being here. This has been very fun. This is my way of staying sane in an insane United States right now. The United States has lost its freaking mind, and let's hope we're not going the way of Germany before World War II. but at this particular point, it is a very difficult situation here. So enjoy your games, enjoy watching all the other gamers. We do need some stress relief, and this is what this is all about for me. So I should have a light in my hand so you can see my face. So let me come here, and there we go. So here we are, and Mr. Villager, Air Ops, and I think there was someone else. Thank you all for being in chat. I will give Vincentius Primus your hugs, and yes, I will see you all again soon. And here we go. We've been listening to Dronehead's music. Isn't it gorgeous? That's what's behind us now. One of my favorite parts of his piece. And we are going to go to, I did say Droneheads, right? We're going to go to Vincentius Primus's music right now. And the music for both of these musicians is in the About on YouTube. And here we go. Bye for now, everyone. Bye for now.